Hello again, everyone. So I'm here for another episode of my ADHD blog, which probably noticed quite a bit of a wait between between this one and the last two. And I'm going to be honest, the reason for that is because every single time I think, oh, I should update my blog, I'm in my PJs and just don't feel like getting dressed. So there you go, laziness. That's the excuse this time. So I have been thinking about it, just been too lazy to get out of my PJs. So in this case here, I was actually, oh hey, I'm thinking about it, and I'm actually dressed. Yay! So yeah, so there we go. So just as an update, I have started seeing a psychologist. I've seen her about 3 times already. It's been going pretty good. I've been kind of, it has been a bit kind of emotionally taxing, which was a bit unexpected just because, I don't know, I guess just kind of digging up a lot of stuff that I didn't quite realize was bothering me, but it actually was. So, I mean, and then digging all that up, and then I end up crying all the time. And yeah, it usually just ends up being an hour of me bawling my eyes out. But I mean, it's kind of in a good way, just because it is like, it is stuff that I need to face and to deal with. And she is recommending I take medication. Um, However, I did mention my concerns about the medication that my doctor had recommended, which was Strattera, um, because I've looked it up and it's, I don't know, it has a lot of really nasty side effects that I don't really want to have to deal with. Like, if it's the choice between the ADHD and those side effects, I'd rather take the ADHD personally. So I mean, I've done a little bit of research. And it does, like, I'd prefer to go with the stimulant, even just because I've had a bad reaction to Ritalin in the past doesn't mean I'm going to have a bad reaction to all stimulants. And I think, so I think I do want to try another stimulant before I would try something like Strattera, which isn't a stimulant. Just because the non-stimulants seem to be, they don't seem to be as good as stimulants, or yeah, um, yeah, I don't like what I've been reading about them. So yeah, so I'm gonna talk to my doctor, mention that I would prefer to stick with the stimulant. Um, but there's two types. There's kind of like a long acting stimulant where, like, you take it in the morning and then it goes throughout the day, and then there's like a short active stimulant, which is you take it like when you need it and then it gives it anyways. And then the long acting ones seem to, I don't know, those seem to be kind of the ones that would work better for me. So I don't know, I'm gonna talk to my doctor about it anyways. I have an appointment at the end of this week, actually, so gonna see how that goes. So I'm gonna start on that probably once I finish my doctor's appointment. And we're going to see how it works. Hopefully it will help, just because I have been pretty stressed lately, just in general, just in everything, really. So yeah, it's, we'll see how that goes. In other news, another thing that I've talked about with my psychologist is that I also seem to have a bit of an anxiety problem. So she didn't really specify, like, any sort of anxiety disorder. Like, she didn't officially diagnose me with anything, but pretty much came to a mutual agreement that I do have some problems with anxiety. So just in general, but it's like there's a lot of things that do seem to make me anxious, and it's really not very surprising. But yeah, it's good to know, I guess. I know that I know that I did have a bit of an anxiety problem, but I mean, I guess it's a little bit worse than I thought. She didn't recommend medication for the anxiety yet. So I think she would prefer for me to start with just the ADHD meds and then go from there. And yeah, and then, I mean, if the ADHD meds help, then, I mean, and that's the thing, the ADHD is causing a lot of anxiety. So if I can fix the ADHD, then, you know, the anxiety won't be as bad, and that might help fix the anxiety. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention Well, I'd like to mention I got a cat. So that'll be nice. Keep me company. She is not in the living room right now, or else I would show her to you. She might wander in though. We'll see. But she's very pretty. Her name is Rarity, although half my friends can't seem to pronounce that. So we might be changing that name. Her original name at the SPCA was Tisha. Didn't really seem to suit her much, so I renamed her to Rarity. But now half my friends can't pronounce that, so we might go with something else. But for now, she's Rarity. And to be fair, it's not like I actually call her by her name. Most of the time, I end up calling her Sweetheart, Sweetie, Muffin, Cupcake, etc. So it's not like she actually knows what her name is. So, last thing that I did want to note, wow, this is actually going to be kind of a short video because I don't have all that much to talk about, but last thing I wanted to note, I'm going to be doing National Novel Writing Month once again in November, so that's kind of a writing challenge that I do every year, which is a challenge to write a 50,000 word novel in 30 days. So I've been doing it for a while now. I've been doing it since 2005. And it's something that's fun. It's fun to do. It's a nice challenge. It is a little bit stressful, but it's a good stress. So it's because it helps my creative juices flow and all of that. So I enjoy it. So I'm going to be doing it again this year. And on top of that, I'm also going to be a municipal liaison. So basically, I'm going to help run events and things like that in my area. So I do have a partner in this, which is good because otherwise I think I'd go crazy. As it is, I'm already in a little bit of a panic. I'm like, oh crap, I bit off more than I can chew again. But I mean, I do have a partner to help me out with this, so I mean, I think that's going to make it doable, especially if I am upfront about her about the ADHD and how I am with it, and etc. So, and I mean, who knows? I'll be on meds by then, so maybe I'll have it managed better. So, I mean, that'll be great if that is the case. But yeah, so that'll be a nice added challenge to that. So it's so again, we're gonna see how it goes, and if I'm successful at it, I mean that'll be great because I mean that's something that I'll know I'll have accomplished that, and that it's something that I'll be able to say, hey, you know what? I can manage my ADHD enough to organize a group of people for a month to get writing. I mean, plus balancing full-time job on top of that. I mean, that's going to be a huge accomplishment if I can do it. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to do it and pull my own weight in this. And yeah, and that hopefully maybe my medication will help me do it properly. So that'll be the real test of the meds, really, to see see how they help me with Nano. So yeah, that's pretty much all the major updates right now. Kitty still hasn't come visited, but yeah, maybe I'll show her to you next time. So yeah, that's all my updates. Once again, any questions, leave a comment, and I'll try to answer them next time I do the blog. Now another thing, and I mean again, here's once again me biting off more than I can chew and committing to something that I'm probably never going to finish, and completely off topic to ADHD, but I've been watching a lot of Let's Play videos lately. So for those who don't know what that is, it's people who play video games, like record themselves playing video games and record the audio and basically showing the gameplay and commentating on it at the same time and all that. So I've been watching a lot of those. I kind of want to start doing them myself because they look neat. And I mean, if it's something I don't end up following through with, it's not going to be a big deal. Because I mean, it's just video games, right? They're a hobby, and everyone understands that. So it's something that I think would be nice and fun and maybe even more relaxing. So look forward to those. Maybe we'll see. Obviously not going to be all that many of them during November because hey, it's going to be Nano. But yeah, so there we go. That's my update. I'll make another video about the Let's Plays, just to see if anyone has any suggestions or anything. So yeah, thank you very much. See you later.